Hello, I'm Mike. I'm not the best man or the maid of honor. They call me up, they say, so John's going to speak, Raina's going to speak, and then you're going to speak. And so I'm not really sure why they want me to speak. But I just want to tell you I'm pleased to be here, and thank you all so much for coming out to my place. Glad I could share it with you. No, that's a joke. That's a joke because I want to make sure I correct that right away because the person that actually owns this is sitting here with a spear. And there's a. Actually, if you haven't been in that barn, it's a trophy room full of all sorts of stuff he's killed. And the only thing missing is guy that said speech at wedding. Listen, so I've seen this day. I've seen this day coming for a little while now. When you're living up in the mountains at 7,000 feet and you're there to train, it kind of makes sense. But if somebody's gonna move out there and they don't run and they don't have a job, it can only really be one thing. Yeah, exactly. This is the real thing. So I'm out on this run with Brett once, and he says, kind of like in between breaths, he's like, "Yeah, she's doing it. You know, you just got a picture of her running along. He's like, yeah, she's moving out there. Yeah, next month, her and the bird." So I'm not sure. I kind of like caught it right. I said, "It's great. She's moving out. What do you mean the bird?" And then he kind of got into it. And where I'm from, like there's you guys know like crazy cat ladies, like people that live in their houses with all the cats. I kind of thought maybe it was a California version of crazy cat women. But yeah, so she rolls into town and she's got this crazy bird, and they just do it. I think anyone moving to Flagstaff, Arizona, for a guy like Brett is pretty special. So go back some time with Brett, and he's one of the most laid back guys I know. Like I'm from the East Coast, and I've never heard when I first met him, it was like when things weren't good, he just said things like, "Oh man, chill, it's gonna be fine. No worries, bro." And I just like when you're 10 miles to go on a run, it's all uphill. No, that's not all good, bro. And so, but I don't know. I think that's the type of guy you want to get married to. I think that's. But every relationship needs balance, and so the balance to that is Val, and I got invited to come out here a day early and help set up for this wedding. So sort of the opposite of like chill out, it's all good. I've been bad, and so but no, it's like that's the yin and the yang and the balance, right? The harmony. And so like I picture Brett's mellow hang ten dude thing and her general, like yesterday, if you were not like building something, carrying something, tying something, you were in trouble. And so I was working, man. I was working. There was a point, there was a point like, there were things that, I know y'all just get to come enjoy the wedding. There were things that weren't here before you got here. And like we had to build them. In fact, I don't know if you've got to meet Val's dad, but he's like just, so I hadn't, when I got here, I hadn't met Val's dad, and I was like, who is the guy with the beard, the Coors Light, and the skill saw? And he was just building stuff, and so I was like, I'm with him, and so I got hooked up with him, and at one point there's one of the bars down there, and we just constructed it out of thin air, and so I want you to kind of have this. There he is. So I want you to kind of. I want you to picture this because the two of us kind of shared a moment, and I wasn't really sure I was going to tell you about it, but I think I will. And so I'm holding the wood. He says to me, he's telling me to hold this piece of wood. I'm holding it down, and there's wood flying everywhere, and the saw is buzzing, and he's building stuff. And I kind of look up, and out there, it was a clear blue day, but it looked like some clouds were coming in. It could start to rain. And the beard is just kind of blowing at me, and I'm kind of looking. I'm thinking, like, is this real? So the craziest thing happened. So you can't see down the driveway this way, but I look, and two of every animal just walking up the. And so, and I don't know. It was weird to me too, but. So we could do a toast if this was an ordinary couple and this.
I say it's a toast time.
We could do a toast, but we're not going to do a toast. Instead, we're going to do something else. So if you're around Brett and his friends, his cronies, like Scott and Tommy and Devin, if you're around those guys, you notice they communicate in kind of like an odd fashion. They make this you sound. And like I said, I don't know. I'm from the East Coast. We don't do that back there. I don't know what that is. The first time I met Brett, him and John Pierce were on a run, and I ran by him, and John Pierce said, "What's up?" And Brett went, "Yeah." I thought that is odd, but I knew that all through the history of mankind, creatures of all sorts have been communicating with different kind of chirps and grunts, and I thought this was maybe a version of that. And so him and his friends, they got this thing down. And so there's like really short, quick ones, like, "Yip." And then there's kind of long ones, like, "Yip." And so, just like every explorer who has breached the Amazon or Africa and found these rare creatures, I have broken into the communication styles of this group. And I asked them what these noises make, what these noises mean. And they said that basically, when they're having fun, they make these noises. And so I thought, we could raise a glass, or we could make the biggest they've ever heard. They have ever heard. And so this is what I want to do, okay? So if you're standing on this side, you're going to do the long one, okay? It's going to go, and you're going to kind of follow, like I'm a conductor. You're going to follow my hand. If you're sitting down, you got the easy job. I see I caught you because you're sitting. And you're going to do the short and quick one. And it goes, yep. Okay, so let's do a practice round, okay? So ready? Over here. Hold on, let's do it again. Okay. Okay. We got this? All right, here it goes. Now listen, I want you to just take a second and think about how much you love this couple. How much you love this couple, okay? And I want you to really focus on them with everything you got, okay? This is for Brett and Val. Here we go. Now watch me now, okay? To Brett and Val, have lots of fun.